Hi guys and welcome. So this week is going to be a catch up how I've got on over the week, and also I want to get into a little bit more detail around my frustration and how I'm dealing with it and exactly what I do on a regular basis. And also I just want to touch on a little bit about how I was feeling before I started studying today. I've got my diary entry here, my journal entry, so I want to briefly touch on that, and then I'll go in and talk about the other stuff. So today when I sat down to study, I didn't know what I was feeling. I had this anxiety feeling, um, and I couldn't quite work it out. Sometimes you don't know, and it's just, I suppose it's human nature. So I had no clue, but I sat down, spent about 5-10 minutes just writing. I've written a paragraph there, but by just by the mere act. I mean, I say mere, but it's not mere. It's actually it's you know it's an impactful thing you can do. I can do. So by just sitting writing this paragraph just gave me this sense of clarification, and made me feel better, and I got stuck into studying. Sometimes that's all you need. You just need that bit of connection with myself, with yourself. I hate using that, and I've mentioned this before. That figurative you. I want this to be about me, and it's just so easy to fall into that trap. So please forgive me if I do that. So for me, that's what it takes sometimes. And if stuff, you're listening and you think you want to try it out, and see how it feels for you, because different things work for different people. It's not, we're human beings, we're made up differently. So I've done that, and that made me feel better, and it just gave me that impetus, put me in the right space of mind, and here I am now, just feeling absolutely fantastic, and having had a really good day, or good few hours of, I mean, I wish I could study for the whole day, but anyway, good few hours of study, and just applying myself. So in terms of the week, what have I done? I've had a fantastic week. What I've done is I adjusted my routine a little bit. So before, what I was doing, I was finding I was committing to an hour, I was committing to 30 minutes. I was trying to work before going to work. I was trying to work after work. And for a month, 2 months, ever since I've been trying, I found it wasn't working. So what I'd done then is I just pressed the reset button and thought, how can I do this? So I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to do 15 minutes. That's all I'm going to do. And at the time, when I was deciding this last week, I was thinking, 15 minutes, come on. Is that even worth sitting down to study? But then I thought, no, I'd rather do 15 minutes and commit to that 15 minutes, because 15 minutes a day over 5 days amounts to an hour and 15 minutes. So I'd rather do 15 minutes, commit to it, even though I don't feel like it's a lot, than commit to 30 minutes, an hour, try to do it before work, try to do it after work, and then not do it at all. And week before this week, like for example last week, I didn't work on any of my work days. So it's already had an impact. So those 15 minutes, I felt like I could just do it. It wasn't heavy, it didn't feel heavy, it didn't feel like a monumental effort. 15 minutes, my mind was already conditioned to think 15 minutes isn't a lot, and I just got on and done it, and it meant like a week. It just meant within that, like, I spent an hour and 15 minutes studying that I wouldn't have spent otherwise. So I'll take that any day of the week. So that was fantastic. That was really good. I really I really feel proud of myself for that. In terms of progress, steady progress, I'm still working on the unit, getting closer and closer to that end point. So it's been a good, productive week, alhamdulillah. And then in terms of my the actual frustration model, I cannot absolutely believe what I've managed to achieve here. So again, it's about being in touch, it's about being self-aware, it's about just knowing yourself. It's just really knowing yourself. It's I journal, like I've said so many times, and that's really, the impact of journaling. I honestly cannot talk enough about the power of journaling and what it's allowed me to do and achieve. And I am just so thankful. I am just so thankful to God for this. Now, what I was finding was that the model I've come up, I discovered. Well, I wouldn't say I discovered it. It was, I was writing and I fed it into AI, and then I used AI in a way that was beneficial to me, and it kind of helped me to kind of see what was going on. And when I put it in there, it just came back with, oh, this is how it looks. So when I say model, that's what I mean. And when I'm saying discovery, that was just ignore that. That's just, it is what it is. But I do feel like I discovered it. I discovered, I discovered my situation, and I'm proud of that, and I should own it and not shy away from it, I think. So what happens is, so frustration, I sit down to study. What that does is, because the mindset's not there, that notches up those levels, those emotions, the psychology within me around frustration. So I start to feel, the more I'm there studying, and I'm not in the right frame of mind, like I've spoken about, that would then lead to negative thoughts, playing on the phone and what have you. That then increases that urge of going on my phone and playing on it, because it's a sense of relief. It's like my escape route. And then what that would, as that increases, that logical reasoning of, no, I shouldn't be on my phone, I should be working, this is why I'm sitting here, I'm working, goes out the window. And then you're left with, then my risk has gone up. So that's basically what happens. So what I've done now is to be able to control that. So I know what the triggers are, I know what's going on. So to be able to control that before I sit down to study, and I've done it here. So before I sit down to study, and hence this thinking that I do beforehand, just connecting with myself, I'm able to assess, and I'm able to give myself this sort of, I measure, I score my frustration level, I score how I'm feeling, and so far so good. It's never really been above 2. And I think knowing about it is half the battle. Knowing about it just kills its power. So being on top of it in that sense just means that the frustration, since I've been doing it now for something like 3 weeks, I've been able to just control it. And also the mindset that I was talking about last week feeds into that, but that's how I measure it. So I've done it before I started, and now I'm going to do it. And what I've found is, because of how I'm dealing with it, now I finish studying, I finish now working with my frustration either at the same level, or it's actually gone down, because I'm finding studying more fulfilling, I'm finding it more rewarding, it feels better. So it kind of brings it down. If not, it stays the same. So yeah, that's my frustration model, and I thought I'd share that. Thank you for watching. See you next time.